A couple of weeks ago, I was reading this article posted in the Rogersville Review where Candus tells her story about what happened on June 15th. I had taken screenshots in case I was unable to find it again. Well, it's a good thing that I did, because when I checked my browsing history to go back to the website, the article would pop up but then quickly disappear. Then there would be a message that would ask me to subscribe, which would be $10 a month, or pay $1.99 for a day pass. So it seems like now you have to pay to read it, or it's been deleted and is no longer available. This article was published on July 21st, just over a month after Summer's disappearance. You'll notice that Candus leaves out some things that she added to her story later after being questioned about it. This is also just before the boys were taken, so you'll hear her talk about the boys in the present tense. Candus recalled June 15th, the day Summer disappeared. Candus's mother, also named Candus, but who's nicknamed Candy, needed to see a doctor in Kingsport about her aching knee. We went to Gatlinburg and the boys accidentally kept tripping over her sore knee, Candus said. She had an artificial knee replaced, and if you twist it the wrong way, it pops out and it hurts really bad. And she couldn't figure out why it wouldn't stop hurting after a while, so I took her to the ER that morning. After taking Candy to Holston Valley, Candus and Summer went to visit some family friends in Kingsport. They invited me over to sit at their house while I waited for Mom to get done, so we weren't sitting in the hot truck. So I went over there. I was sitting and Mom called me to come get her, Candus said, adding that the 15-year-old son of her friend asked to go along. I went and picked her up, and then we drove all the way across town and dropped her prescription off. They said it'd be about 30 minutes at the most. So we were like, well, instead of sitting here in the car where it's hot, it was baking hot, we'll just go to Warriors and let Summer swim for a little while. Like I said, we weren't even planning on going swimming or fishing or anything. So they went to Warriors Path State Park and let Summer and the boy swim in the cove just south of the park's horse stables. I figured 15 or 20 minutes in the water, run a little bit of energy out instead of sitting in the truck, Candus said. One of the last videos shot of Summer before her disappearance is of her swimming in that cove. There has been speculation in social media about what happened next. According to accounts, Summer went under the water and the boy dove in to save her. Candus said that didn't happen. In the video, Summer is seen splashing in the lake, then stands up to reveal it's only about waist deep. That boy lied on everything that happened, Candus said, because the place I was at, there was no rocks. She didn't slide on no rocks and fall in the water. She wasn't under the water for 20 seconds or more like he said. That was just a bunch of lies he made up. I don't know why he did that. There was no incident at all. That don't even make no sense why he would even say that. And the video that I took is the same exact time that they were in the water playing. If Summer had fallen, she'd jump right back up. That's what don't make no sense to me at all. There's so many rumors and lies going around. None of it even makes sense. Couch police, that's what I call them. After the swim, it was back across Fort Henry Drive to Walgreens, then a quick stop at the grocery store. We went back, picked up my mom's prescription, and went to Priceless. I dropped off the boy after Priceless, and we come home. And then me and my mom, the boys were in watching YouTube like they always do. My mom says, let's rearrange and plant the flowers. She goes, well, we know the boys aren't going to help us. I know Summer will. So I yelled for Summer. She was in the house with the boys. She comes out and she was planting flowers with us. The flowers were put in planters next to Grandma Candy's camper, with Summer handling some of the task, Candus said. She put all of the rocks on top, put Chase in there. She did all of the rocks herself.
We transplanted these cactuses from the little pots that they were in, and transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted Chase in there, you know.
Okay. Oh yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see another one over here.
She put him in there. Yep, you're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out. Okay.
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
She went into Grandma's after we were done. She asked Grandma for a piece of candy. Grandma gave her a piece of candy. She told me she wanted to go back over with her brothers, so I literally walked her halfway between the camper and the house. I watched her go in the door, and I could see her brothers at the kitchen table. When she went in, I walked over and yelled at the boys. I said, "Watch Summer, I'll be right back. I've got to fix Mom's knee brace." I was standing right there at the camper. I was over there fixing it. Literally, you can see my house from the camper door.
I walked over, I said, "Quiet." And he looked at me and I said, "Watch this, I'll be right back." And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, "Well, Mom, I gotta go back over with the kids." And that's when I come back up into the house.
Okay.
With the boys.
Okay.
She did not walk back out that front door. Candus estimated it took about 2 to 5 minutes to fix Mom's brace. When I got done, I came back in. I asked the boys, "Where's your sister?" They said, "She went downstairs to play with her toys, Mom." I said, "Okay." I went and hollered down the steps. I always hollered for them down there. She didn't holler back. I said, "Are you sure she's down there?" They said, "Yeah, she just went down there."
I said, "Boys, where's your sister at?" Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her bedroom.
Our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now, see?
And then I yelled, I said, "Summer, Summer." And she didn't. I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I would get down here.
Yep.
I don't know if you
So I went down there and I searched. I looked everywhere I could. Then I went through the house and I kept calling for her, yelling for her, everything. I came out here, outside, yelling for her, everything else, and she was nowhere.
Okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
when
just
she
walks-
come running out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you can see the
she
path
just go
here.
right this way.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and this
here.
is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
So I called Dawn because I was freaking out, Candus said. Dawn, Summer's father, was installing drywall at a job site in Jonesboro. I said, "I can't find Summer, get home now." He was like, "Call 911. So I dropped my phone because I had to run over and get Mom's phone and dial 911 because her AT&T phone is the only one that works out here to call 911. So I called them and I told them what's going on. Before the cops even came out, I went down and told my neighbors, "Summer is missing. Will you help me look, just in case she did wander off?" But I knew in the back of my mind she's never wandered off. She never went nowhere without me. She'll ask me to do something before she even goes and does it. And she's scared to go in the woods herself because we've told her time and time again because of the bears and snakes. I sent the older boys down through the creek. If they've got their walkie-talkie and their buck knife, they can go down through there. I sent all them searching, and I went out in my mom's truck and went all the way down by the church, then went all the way down the other way, and I didn't see nobody even out and about. Then I went all the way back in the holler as far as the truck can go, and I didn't see nothing back in there either. When I was coming back up the holler, the cops were coming up in my driveway, so I just followed them in here. I don't recall if Don was here before the police got here or if he was here at the same time they showed up. We searched everywhere we could possibly search. They were out here for 3 or 4 days straight, searching 5,000 square acres. They searched all this mountain terrain all the way down through here. They busted into my shed down there and destroyed it, she said. What really gets me is when they were searching for her, they didn't even make the neighbors let them go in their sheds and buildings and stuff. Why didn't they make them unlock it? Some people were like, "No, you can't search my property." Why would you do that? There's a missing kid. Why would you not let them search? It just don't make no sense, said Candus, who grew frustrated at times with the searchers. They looked in every vehicle I had, underneath every vehicle I had. They opened that tote right there, and all it's got in it is a bunch of crafts and stuff. You couldn't even fit nobody in that if you wanted to. They opened that like 7 times. They even went so small to look in my mom's sewer tank of her camper. That hole's like an inch diameter circle. Candus gestured with her thumb and index finger. "How did you get that 4-foot baby in that hole?" she said. Candus said she thought the police canines would have had better success if she had been notified to corral the family's 8 dogs. They just done some stupid underhand stuff. When they brought the cadaver dogs up, why didn't they warn me ahead of time to find a place for these dogs to go? They just brought them up. Oh, you got dogs? You guys already knew I had dogs. That didn't pan out because you've got these 8 adult dogs wanting to smell all these new dogs you just brought up on my property. So that's going to mess up the cadaver dogs because it's not going to know which way to go. Summer's mother also expressed frustration with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. TBI kept questioning me. They asked me the same thing, wanting me to run through my whole timeline of my day. They did that like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, you guys still don't get it. If I was going to lie, I would have to think about it. It just comes out. I don't have to sit here and think about what I did. I know what I did. I just spit it out to you 20,000 times. A liar has to think up something. I passed my polygraph test, and everybody is like, oh, you failed. No, I didn't fail. The first time I did it, they couldn't really do it with me because they threw me in the back of a squad car like I did something wrong and hauled me up there. I was already distressed over Summer being missing, and then they did that to me. So that just made more fuel to the fire and made me more upset. So by the time I got there, I was crying and shaking and just couldn't do it. So they told me they'll give me a few days to calm down and get some sleep and stay off your phone, because that's the worst thing you can do is to be on your phone. So I did that, and then I passed. It's not like I failed anything. People are like, oh, she failed. No, I didn't fail. The only people that had to do it were me, Donnie, and Mom. All 3 of us passed. They took the boys to a different place, someplace over by Greenville somewhere. A child advocate or something like that talked to the boys. The boys pretty much told them exactly what I told them. And I didn't even talk to the boys. All the boys had to recall was Summer coming in the house and going downstairs. Because they got so hooked on watching YouTube, they watched Minecraft videos on YouTube. I'm like, don't you guys ever get bored with that, Candus said. They took my TV because it's hooked up to my Wi-Fi, like they're going to find something on my TV. It's like they're digging for nothing. They're grasping at straws and not really trying. Everything that they did to me was backwards. They didn't shut down none of the roads until the next day. I mean, anybody could have been in and out of here, gone by the time they got down here. It takes them a good 40 minutes to get from Rogersville out here, she said, adding that there hasn't been any recent contact from law enforcement. I haven't even spoke to them in like 2 weeks. You'd think they'd at least tell me, update me on something, but they don't even update me on nothing. I asked them to go check all these barns and sheds that have been out here for years that anybody could be in. I tried to get them to go check out this guy who was trying to camp out here and try to take over my neighbor's property. They were like, oh yeah, we checked him out. It's like they don't even really care if they find her or not. That's what it seems to me, because we're poor, I guess. I guess if we had lots of money, they'd do better work, I guess. That's the way I look at it. I don't know, for some reason, TBI don't believe that she was abducted. That's what don't make sense to me, because she's not here. She don't just disappear. I mean, I've seen movies where people just start vanishing off Earth, but them are so fake. But somebody had to have taken her. That's the only conclusion I could come to. She had to have either somebody snuck in the basement or she walked out the back. She'll come out the basement and walk around the house to her swing. She's always did that. She's never wandered ever away from here. She's never went out of this yard at all, Candus said. Neither the basement door or the lower half of the driveway loop is visible from the area between Candy's camper and the Wells home. The slope of the hill is too great and the house blocks the view. To compound matters, although there are 8 dogs on the property, they don't bark much. Candus was asked if they were good watchdogs. Hell no, she replied. They're lazy. Anybody that came up here that could have took her could have fed the dogs down there at the lower part of the yard. These dogs are so friendly and love everybody, they don't know strangers. Indeed, contrary to expectations, the dogs greeted this reporter like a known friend and hardly barked during the hour plus on the property. As the hours ticked by and more days pass, Candus can only wonder. Everything goes through my mind, she said. You go about the what ifs. What if you did this? What if you did that? There's just all kinds of crap that goes through your mind. I didn't even know how close that we even live to these freaking sex offender people. There's literally one that could walk to my house in 8 minutes. I didn't even know they existed this close to my house. I don't believe anybody anymore. I've gotten to the point where I can't trust nobody because everybody I talk to either twists my words around or they do something. They put out more lies. And it's making it worse and harder on TBI to even find her, Candus said, adding that the stress is affecting her 3 sons as well. I won't let these boys outside if I'm not out here. I try to take them out of here so they can get their mind off of it. In the summer, that's all that I do with the kids because it's summertime. They're not at school. So here's a chance when they're not at school, they get to enjoy themselves. When we go, I smile for the kids, but I'm not having no fun. I'll get in the water with them, but that don't mean I'm having fun, Candus said of the constant knowledge that Summer is missing. If you look at all the pictures, she was always smiling. They're always happy kids. I mean, they'll get into fights because that's what brothers do, but other than that, they're always happy no matter what they're doing. Wyatt tells me, Mom, I feel like if I had went downstairs and played with Summer when she asked, she'd still be here. I said, you can't blame yourself, son. I said, nobody knows what the next day is going to hold. They smile to put on a good show, but other than that, I know they're really upset. They ask me every day, is Summer coming home today? I can't answer that. I don't know. I find myself sitting out here until midnight or 1 o'clock at night, just hoping that maybe that whoever took her, or whatever happened, she'll come wandering back up the driveway to us.